real. First, I needed concrete proof. All I had was secondhand accounts from strangers at a party and my own observations through her window. A licensing board would need more than that. I contacted my friend Marcus, who worked in IT security for a major corporation and had a side business helping people with technology problems that weren't always strictly legal. I need help with a project, I told him over coffee at a small cafe downtown, choosing my words carefully. Someone has been sharing private information about me without consent. I need to document it happening. Marcus was a tall, skinny guy with thick glasses who looked more like a librarian than someone who could hack into Pentagon servers before breakfast. He studied my face for a long moment, his dark eyes serious behind the wire-rimmed frames. "What kind of private information?" he asked quietly, leaning forward across the small table. "Medical? Therapy sessions? HIPAA violation stuff?" His expression hardened immediately. Marcus had been in therapy himself after a messy divorce that had left him emotionally devastated, and the idea of someone violating that sacred trust clearly struck a deep nerve. "That's seriously fucked up," he said, pushing his glasses up his nose with barely controlled anger. "What do you need?" Within 2 days, he'd provided me with a collection of tiny recording devices that looked like everyday objects: phone chargers, pens, picture frames, even a fake plant that could sit innocuously on a shelf. The technology was remarkable. Each device could record crystal-clear audio within a 15-foot radius for up to 72 hours and automatically upload to a secure cloud server that couldn't be traced back to me. "These are completely legal as long as you're recording conversations you're a party to," Marcus explained as he showed me how to operate them in his cluttered apartment. "Patient has every right to record their own therapy sessions. It's the therapist who's breaking the law by sharing that information with third parties." He also provided me with a detailed explanation of federal HIPAA laws, state privacy regulations, and professional ethics codes that governed mental health practitioners. The violations Dr. Winters was committing weren't just unethical. They were serious federal crimes that could result in years in prison and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. During my next session, I arrived early and asked to use the restroom. While Dr. Winters reviewed her notes in her office, I quickly plugged one of the phone charger devices into the wall outlet behind her leather chair. The tiny indicator light showed it was already recording everything within range. I spent that session describing even more elaborate revenge fantasies, including specific details about how I'd document someone's professional misconduct, gather evidence of their violations, and systematically report them to every relevant licensing board and professional organization. Dr. Winters seemed particularly interested in that part, asking detailed questions about my imaginary evidence-gathering process with an enthusiasm that made my skin crawl. "It's interesting how methodical your fantasy planning has become," she observed, her pen moving rapidly across the expensive paper. "This suggests a highly organized personality responding to feelings of powerlessness with detailed control fantasies. The specificity indicates these thoughts are serving an important psychological function. Sometimes I imagine recording them," I said, watching her reaction carefully, "catching them in the act of doing something wrong, having proof that no one could deny or explain away." She nodded approvingly, completely missing the irony that she was being recorded at that very moment. "Documentation can provide a sense of validation, even in fantasy," she said with professional authority. "It's the mind's way of creating evidence for experiences that might otherwise be dismissed or minimized by others." 3 days later, I returned to retrieve the device, claiming I'd forgotten my phone charger and needed it for work. Dr.